Hello everyone, welcome to the book presentation of Geek Origami. I am Miguel Romero and I'm going to talk about a couple of things about this book. So this book is about origami. Origami is a Japanese word that means paper folding. There are a couple of other techniques that have mm, appeared um, after origami, in the technical sense, like kirigami, that is paper folding and cutting, and modular origami, that uh, is assembling several folded sheets that might be used to build geometric shapes or amazing dinosaur skeletons. But this book is not about origami or modular origami, it's about the purest form of origami, that is folding a single cut square sheet of paper. This is how you write it in Japanese, Fusetsusho Hokei Ichimai Ori. And this is the type of origami that I like to do nowadays. So maybe in 10 years, I might write a book about modular origami or kirigami, who knows. So this is the cover of the book. Um, right now it only exists as a PDF version in English. It was originally published in Spanish in June of 2021. No, in July, sorry, July 2021. And with the help of some friends, I did the English translation. So the first figure in this book is the hummingbird. We all know what a hummingbird is. Those are tiny little birds. And it's really simple. As you can see the crease pattern, it's just a stylized bird base. And with this figure, I opened a series of 4 origami dinosaurs. Second one is a Velociraptor, a dinosaur that is well known, but sadly is also um, unaccurately represented in many movies, such as Jurassic Park. And nowadays we know that these dinosaurs had feathers all over their bodies. So I wanted to make an origami Velociraptor that had not only their claws in their feet, but also feathers. I achieved this through a graft in a bird base, so it is quite simple. The next dinosaur is a Therizinosaurus. This dinosaur is very interesting because it was a theropod just like the Velociraptor or the Tyrannosaurus Rex, but this one was Vegisaurus, like they call them in Jurassic Park. It was herbivorous. So that's one interesting fact about this dinosaur, and their main characteristic is their long claws in their forelimbs. I achieved these figures through a 6-pointed base, a 6-flap base, uh, and using the excess of the paper to form these claws. So you can remember this base from Robert Lang's Lizard. I used this base and, as I said earlier, used this excess of paper for the claws. The next dinosaur is the Cryolophosaurus. This was a dinosaur from the Jurassic period, and I really love it because of its crest on the top of the head. And the crease pattern is a little more complicated than the previous ones, but it's just because this graft is folded over the rest of the paper. But it's not that complicated. In fact, this design was inspired on Stephen O'Hanlon's dinosaurs that I folded as a kid. Now opening a new theme with interesting organisms, we can see the axolotl. The axolotl is an amphibian, it's a salamander that has its gills out of its body. They're protruding from the base of the neck and is one of the better known animals from Mexico. As we can see here, the crease pattern will not produce the finished model, just the base, and one should invest quite a lot of time to get a natural from the collapsed base. The next interesting organism is a tardigrade. Tardigrades are microorganisms related to the insects, closely related, and they can be found in uh, any body of water, and they're famous because they can withstand the vacuum of space. Uh, Not all of them, some of them might die, but others might survive the trip. And okay, these organisms are called also water bears because of their form. They have this snout, this is its head, and four pairs of legs. And as you can see in the crease pattern, is just a heavily modified water bomb base. And the last organism that I added to this book, well, the last interesting organism that I added to this book is the bacteriophage. This is a virus that infects bacteria. And this is one of their most famous representation that has a viral capsid, then a pipe, and in the end, several legs. The infective portion of the virus is, of course, their nucleic acids that are stored in the capsid. So when this virus approaches to a bacterial host, the nucleic acids will be injected from the capsid to the cell. As you can see in the crease pattern, this was designed with box splitting, and it's quite simple. The next figure in this book is a ninja, the famous assassins, spies, and saboteurs from feudal Japan. And I wanted to make a humanoid figure with a weapon that is a ninja with its single-edged sword, and it has also an exotic weapon that's called a shuko. The crease pattern is asymmetrical, and the upper right corner will form the sword, and the lower right corner will form the shuko, the other hand, and the right border will form the head, the hooded head. These other figures, the ninja, the Quetzalcoatl, and the following figure are make up a theme of popular culture. So this figure represents Quetzalcoatl, that is the Aztec and Mayan god of wind and knowledge. It's simply a feathered serpent. So this is a snake with shorter feathers and long feathers on its tail and long snake-like fangs. And a couple of nice eyes. So as you can see in the pattern, it is quite complicated. It is not that difficult to fold, but it will take time. Each one of the 60 shorter feathers have to be folded separately. And the last figure in this book, and the most complicated, is Cthulhu. Cthulhu is this giant monster mentioned in H.P. Lovecraft's short story, The Call of Cthulhu. And it's basically a humanoid with arms and legs, with membranous wings, and a head with tentacles. So this is a really charismatic monster from popular culture, and As I said earlier, this is the most complex figure in this book. Okay, I wanted to show this book to some origami expert, and Boyce Wong from the United States was too kind to write a short review of this book. I gave it to him. He folded some figures and gave me his opinion that I will show you. So I will read it to give time to see everything he wrote. Geek Origami is an amazing book of diagrams that really has unique models for everyone. The design subject so interesting and varied. The book's difficulty level is a solid intermediate level, which means the sequences are highly enjoyable to fold while providing a fair challenge for complex folders. While there are a few harder models in this book, they are not intimidating to fold. This creates a good desire to fold these models specifically. Miguel has designed each model so well that it gives plenty of room for shaping, as we will see in the next few slides. People can choose to fold with paper they have at home, but they can also take a challenge with a larger paper and create a masterpiece. And finally, I thoroughly enjoyed folding from this book and got to experience many amazing techniques and sequences, all from a single place. So this is Boyce Wong's opinion on my book. Thank you very much for your time and interest in my work. And I hope everyone that gets to use this book has a similar experience. Thank you. And these are the photos of some of the figures that Boyce folded from my book. This is the Therizinosaurus. As we can see, he made a couple of modifications and added his own view of this dinosaur, which is quite amazing. And he also folded the ninja, which he gave movement and life. This ninja is not just standing there, he's going to cut you in half. So this is when you can achieve with large paper, a lot of time, and maybe a bit of wet shaping. But this is truly a masterpiece. Okay, so I want to say thank you to everyone that helped me to make this book possible, mainly these Instagram users, Osnayer and Origami Lime, and also Alejandro Pinto, that reviewed the diagrams prior to their original publication in Spanish. Then, of course, John Mitani for sharing the Oripa software that I used to draw the quiz patterns, to Adriana Casiano that helped me with the editorial design of the book, to Ruben Romero, my brother, that helped me during the whole publication process of this book, to Matthew Green, uh, a truly talented origamist that reviewed the English translation of the main text of the book, and to these origamists from the Origami Land community that further reviewed the diagrams and helped me again with the English translation of the description of each step of the diagrams. Thank you so much. And finally, to Boyce Wong, if you don't know his work, you must look for Origami by Boyce in Instagram. He does such amazing origami art. Okay, so finally, I want to make clear that nowadays the only way to get my book is through my personal origami website. This is the URL URL uh, um, direction to the website, and in the CFC site, in the site of the community for origami creators online, you can watch a sneak peek of the book and can fold the hummingbird with a complete, with the full diagram for free. Okay, so it's time for the raffle. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing these slides and share the list of users, of Instagram users that commented and shared the post as a story and followed my miferg.origami account in Instagram. So we have 31 users. I said that I would give one book for every 20 users, so I'm going to give away 2 books. Okay, so this is how we're gonna make this. We're going to remember which number of row belongs to which Instagram user, and using these numbers we're going to take 2 random numbers from the number 1 to 31. We are going to achieve this with our statistical software. Sorry for that. I will stop sharing this list, and I'm going to share the statistical software. Share. So this is a command line. And with this code, I can take a sample from a list of numbers, let's say from 1 to 5, and then I can ask the program to give me one number between 1 and 5. The result was 2. I can ask for 2 numbers. This result was 1 and 4. So we have 31 users. I will take a sample of size 2. So when I hit enter, we will have our 2 winners. Hit return. Return 27 and 13. Okay, as you can see here, our winners are number 37 and number 13. I will stop sharing the statistical software and share again the list. So it was 27. ps.origami is our first winner, and then number 13. Wojciech Rikowski. Okay, so these 2 Instagram users are our winners. So congratulations. Reach me out via Instagram through a direct message to so I can give you your books. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope you're motivated to get this book. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell how much it costs. It costs 10 US dollars, basically $1 per diagram. There are 10 diagrams in the book. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you. And thanks to everyone involved in the publication of this book. Thank you again watching this video and see you around.